Shalom Yasharallah, giving all praises, honor, and glory with infinite blessings unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha Hakwadash. And I also want to give double honors to our beloved elder bishops and to the other apostles of Great Millstone that still teach well and that continue to rule well, with much blessings and salutations going out to the hopeful elect, to the Akim, Wafi Aqua that are tuning in, and always into the Akim, sincerely and truly laboring within His truth, scattered across the four corners of the earth, wherever you may be. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakathum, unto you and to your households within these evil days, these evil times in which we are surely living in. And, I came across this book today at my job, and I guess some customers came in, to the job, the place, whatever. They ordered whatever, did what they had to do, but they left behind some pamphlets or like some type of book, a couple of them, which right here, what you're seeing right here on the screen. All right. And it seems to be a, some Christian, pamphlet, what I'm saying? But on the front of it, is what caught my attention. And it says the truth about the Lord's Day. All right. And so when I seen this, I instantly came to my mind like, what is the truth about, the Lord's Day, man? Okay, which we're going to get into it because, most people, they don't understand, all right, what's about to go down on that day, man, and why that day is so important. You know what I'm saying? Not because, obviously that's the Son of Man returning, Yahweh Shai, and that's the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right. But, the truth is that when the Lord makes His return, bro, He's not coming back with hugs and kisses and, peace and tranquility, man. The Lord is coming back to bring destruction to, all right, Babylon the Great, aka America, and his enemies, man. All right. So let's get this. Let's get the book of Luke. I just found it kind of funny because, they left that there thinking they know, that day, what's going to go on in that day, and, in which they don't. So Luke chapter 12 and verse 49, it tells you, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, and this is in red letter. So when, the scriptures or, precept is in red letter, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, man. And this is what he said. He says, I am come to send fire on the earth. All right. So the Lord, when He makes His return back here on earth, bro, He's coming back to send fire. Okay. A literal fire. All right. By the way of those thermonuclear missiles. All right. And if you think, that's far-fetched or crazy or, I'm bugged out or what I'm talking about is nonsense. All right, check this out. Because we understand that those nuclear missiles, they do exist. And these weapons of mass destruction, these weapons in which the Lord has in His arsenal are created today to be put to use. All right. Not only are they made, but the Lord made the creation, okay, to create those things, man, which today would be the modern, Salakia, which today would be the scientists. All right. So check this out. Created bloweth. All right. So Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right. So the Lord's telling you how he created the smith, in which today a smith would be a blacksmith. All right. Which we understand what a blacksmith would do. So let's see. What is the role of a smith? Let's see if we can get a blacksmith. All right, so here it is. It says a blacksmith forges, shapes, and repairs metal objects like tools, weapons, gates, and art using heat and hammers. All right. So this is the rules of a blacksmith. Okay. Which is understanding how different metals, iron, steel, brass behave when heated and hammered. Techniques proficiently in forging, welding, cutting, bending, and heat treating metals. Tools, experiments in using hammers, anvils, power hammers, and other specialized equipment. Creativity, artistic vision for custom and decorative work, often working from blueprints or client ideas. All right. And ultimately, whose idea was it to bring forth this instrument? It was Yahweh's idea, the Heavenly Father, to bring forth these weapons of mass destruction known as the thermonuclear missiles, man, in which damn near every nation now has their hands on. All right. With Russia being the top lead, all right, of having the strongest nuclear arsenal. But it says, Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith, all right, which the Lord tell you he created the smith, which today would be a blacksmith. It says that bloweth the coals in the fire. And it says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. All right. And it says, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right. And that waster is this. One of these boys, man. All right. He's created an instrument, and that instrument is a thermonuclear missile, man. All right. It's a nuke. If you don't know what a nuke is, nuclear missile, in which these things are real. They exist, and they are prophesied, spoken about in the Holy Bible, the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Weapons of mass destruction. Okay. It says, and I've created the waster to destroy. What is the waster? The nukes. It says to destroy. To destroy. All right. And we understand what these things do. You know? We understand what they do and the amount of destruction these things cause. It says the primary purpose of nuclear missiles is deterrence, preventing large-scale attacks, especially nuclear ones, by threatening catastrophic retaliation under mutually assured destruction, and assuring allies. Let me see. Actually, what does a thermonuclear nuclear bomb do? It says a A nuclear bomb creates immense destruction through a massive energy release, causing devastating blast waves, extreme heat, thermal radiation that ignites fires, intense initial radiation, and long-lasting radioactive fallout, potentially leading to firestorms, nuclear winter, and electromagnetic pulses (EMPs) that disrupt electronics. It works by rapidly heating and vaporizing matter, and we are all made out of matter, bro. Okay, there's different forms of it. You know, it's like solid, liquid, you know, gas, you know, etc. But it's all matter, bro. Okay, it says forming a fireball shockwave in mushroom cloud, releasing lethal energy in seconds, capable of leveling cities and causing widespread sickness and long-term environmental damage. All right, and this thing is no joke. You see how it said, it says it works by rapidly heating and vaporizing matter. Okay, get that. And also it says that it ignites fires, intense initial radiation. All right, because this is what this is the type of fire that Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is coming with, man. This is the type of fire that you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ is bringing upon his return, bro. So let's go back to that Luke. All right, because this is the truth. All right, the truth about the Lord's day. All right, his debut. You know, I think that's what they call it. You know. So Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth. And this is the fire he's coming with. He's coming with thermal, nuclear destruction fire, man. All right. And it says, and what will I? So the Lord is like, is it my fault? It says, if it be already kindled, question mark. Yeah, because the way things are going between nations and rulers, all right, World War III is on the brink of happening, or which really it's already starting, and there's beginning stages to it. But World War III will be the usher in, all right, event before those thermonuclear missiles, you know, hit Babylon the Great. Okay, World War III will be a catalyst for the great destruction of Babylon the Great. All right. But it says, look, and this was published a day ago. It says U.S.-Venezuela war escalates. It escalates, man. Oops. They don't want to get that. They're going to start tweaking. It says U.S. It says you. No, I don't. No, I don't. It says U.S.-Venezuela war escalates. China warns Trump after U.S. Navy hits. Chinese oil tanker, World War III soon, question mark. Let's read a little bit more, man, because this is what that fire Yahweh Shai is speaking about when it says, what will I if it be already kindled? Going into the tensions and the turmoil between these nations, them exchanging words of conflict, or you know them going back to back and you know, going blow for blow with each other, man, on certain things, policies, like for an example, Trump in the tariffs that he's put upon many other nations, all right, or the words that they're exchanging. This is that tension. This is that fire that's already being you know, brewed up, so to say. That's that's growing. But soon it's going to become a physical fire, man, by the way of those thermonuclear missiles. And let's look at these titles of these articles, or the headings for these certain articles. It says, "Are we heading for World War III? Question mark. It says, Yale historian warns Trump is putting us on path to World War III. Published 3 weeks ago, as Putin says he's ready for World War III with Europe now, how tyrant could launch attack and the signs he'll be about to. NATO scrambles warplanes after Putin's latest move as World War III tensions rise." Come on, bro. You know, and this is all biblical prophecy. This will all right. This all correlates to the day of the Lord, the true living power, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, when Yahweh Shah makes his return, this is what it's talking about, bro. All right. Not only that, the Lord's coming to send fire. It tells you how the slaying of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will be many. All right, because Yahweh Shah is gonna do that slaying in the name of his Father, bro. He's doing the will of Yahweh. Slave. Let me see. Bear me for a second. All right, because the Lord's not coming back to play no games. So let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 66. All right, because guess what? This is not what your Christian pastor is not telling you this, man. All right, they're not telling you these things, man, because they don't know Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't have the truth. Isaiah chapter 66, and let's start at. Oh, sheesh! Look, there it is again, bruh. Come on, bro. Stop playing, bro. Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, will come with fire." I showed you where that fire is coming from, man. Them nukes. All right. Them atom-splitting weapons of destruction, man. And it says, "And with his chariots," plural, chariots, man. All right, so the heavenly armies, the host, the heavenly host, the angels will be present, all right, in the time of the destruction of Babylon the Great. It says, "Like a whirlwind to render." All right, let's see what that word render means real quick. Render. Oh, I know it's something good, so let's get to it. Render. All right, it says provide or give service, cause to be or become, make. All right, to provide or give. Okay, so it says, "For by fire and by his sword." Oops, Salakia. We skipped it, man. We going to and it says Isaiah 66 and 15. "For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind." All right, destruction, man. It says to render, so to give, to provide, his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. So the Lord's gonna rebuke, okay, this place by the way of destruction, by the flames and the fire that's going to be coming from these thermonuclear missiles, and also from the concentrated fire of these chariots. All right, these angelic vehicles that the heavenly armies are going to be operating within, man. All right. Verse 16 says, "For by fire and by his sword," all right, which we understand who the Lord's sword is, man. It's Esau, Edom. Okay, the self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child. All right, but these damn devils, the wicked ones, man. Even our King David, he knew the Lord's sword is, man. It says, "Hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword." All right, which is roughly paraphrasing it, but hey, Esau is about to get down and do a lot of killing and slaying of you Israelites, man. You 2/3 of the Lord's chosen people, man. Okay, but it says, will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many. All right, but ultimately that sword that is talking about here is, man, is that it's talking about the thermonuclear missiles, man, because that is the ultimate sword of the Lord, man. All right, it tells you how that sword he got, sword shall be bathed in heaven. The Lord gonna let that thing cook in the heavens. All right, Isaiah chapter 34. Ooh, damn. Actually, man, let's start at verse 4. All right, Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 4. And it says, in all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. To all the armies, all right? And it says, in the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. When it's saying the heavens, it's speaking about, all right, in space, you know. Let me see, let me see. And when it's speaking, okay, when it's talking about as in scroll, it's talking about these mushroom clouds, all right, that these thermonuclear missiles make after it's after the explosion, or, you know. So it says, Isaiah 34 in verse 4, it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. Okay, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So this is what it's talking about. When these nukes hit America, Babylon the Great, this is the picture. All right, or this is going to be the aftermath of a thermonuclear missile being set off on ground zero. All right, it's going to look like this, man. Like a scroll being rolled together, man. All right, which is that mushroom cloud. And it says, in all their hosts, which is their army, shall fall down. Yeah, man, these fucking Edomites, man, they got something called a space force. All right, a army. All right, to try to go up against Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, and you know, our brothers, the angels. Okay, but these people are going to fail miserably, man. All right, and it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5 says, for my sword, this is the Lord's sword, bro. This is the Most High's sword. This is the Most High's weapon, bro. This is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai's weapon. Weapons of mass destruction, man. Weapons. Come on, baby. These thermonuclear bombs. Let's look at that Satan too. Come on, shit tweaking now. Don't tweak on me now. Satan 2 bomb. Look, this is the Lord's sword. Big ass fucking nuke, man. This is one of them, bro. This is just one of them. They got thousands of these. The Lord has thousands of them in his arsenal, bro. Okay, and it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, which are you fucking Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child. You will face judgment, okay, of a person that will receive no mercy. All right, first you're gonna perish by these thermonuclear missiles in these wars that these other nations are gonna shoot off to America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and then your ass will be under our possession for 1,000 years, and then you're gonna be burnt up. Okay. But it tells you, it said it shall come down upon Idumea, which are the Edomites. All right. The Edomites, Esau, Edom. All right. No, some, if I'm wrong, correct me. That Idumea is Greek for Edom. He fucking Edomites, man. And it says, and upon the people of my curse to judge me. Yeah, you're a cursed man, cursed nation. All right. But hey, that just goes to show you, bro, the Lord's not, hey, this is the truth. All right, about the Lord's day. All right. So, Lord, when this was edifying. Till next time, I say shalom.